Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how I lay my wigs. Now you've seen this in several of my videos, but I do have a new way of doing my bald cap method. And before you say anything, yes, I know my bed is unmade, and yes, I know I look like trash. I'm getting over a cold, but I have to go to work tomorrow, so I got to do my hair. Anyway, let's get started. I got my witch hazel here, so what I'm going to do is go along my hairline because I do have my skincare on. And I just use my witch hazel to get rid of the excess oils that are on my skin. I used to use alcohol, but that dries stuff out of your skin and your hair. So that's why I use witch hazel these days. And I'm going to be doing this in real time, I think. We'll see. Just so you guys can see exactly what I do. So I'm getting this on my edges and putting it a little bit on my hair as well. And I use a combination of products. I use the Hair Diagrams Bold Hold Lace products, and then I use Erica J's Hold Me Down products. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have already known that, but if you don't, now you know. Next, I'm going to use my Bold Hold Lace Jelly. Now, I use this instead of the Got2b because this is supposed to be less harsh on your edges. Got2b will dry out your hair. This doesn't, but it still gives you a hold. You can also use this for your lace, but for my body chemistry, it's not nearly strong enough to hold my lace down. I have to use actual glue, or, I mean, if I want, you know, it to stay down for like a week. And if I just need it for a couple of days, I use the Bold Hold Liquid Gold. But for my bald cap method, I do use Bold Hold Liquid Gold, which you'll see in a second. But I just comb this into my edges. And like I said, this is a gel. This is not any kind of glue. So it's not going to take out your hair. And it's also supposed to be less dry, and like I said before, than the Got2b Glued free spray products and the Got2b Glued gel. Because I used to use the black jelly, if you remember. I don't use that anymore. I just use this exclusively. Sorry if you can see my underarms. I did not shave. I'm about to go to bed after I do this. All right. Then I have my blow dryer. And this dries super quick, so there it is. And who cares about the, you can see the gel in the hair, because that's all going to be covered anyway, right? Okay, so next, where is it? I'm going to use my Hold Me Down Adhesive Skin Guard. I also use the Bold Hold Skin Protect. This is just what I have on my desk, so I'm going to go in with this. And I go in with a lot of this because I am a sweater, right? So, what this basically does is going to prep your skin for the lace, well, for the adhesive and the lace. And then it's also going to make sure that your lace doesn't like grow bacteria from your sweat and stuff. It's like a deodorant, basically. So, like I said, I put a lot of this on. And then I blow dry. You want that to be completely dried before you move on. All right, and then I'm going to put on my wig cap. So some people say you should wear a darker wig cap. I use a light wig cap because I am so light, and then if I go up a shade darker in wig cap, then it's too dark. So that's why I'm using this now. What I'm about to do, you're probably gonna laugh, but I got this method from Glamazante because she's a motherfucking genius. Okay, so literally, to make it as thin as possible, you want your wig cap to be stretched over your ears and your eyes. Now, some people care about the runs in their wig caps. I am not one of those people. I don't care. And I just make eye holes. Of course, being very careful. And I know it looks funny, but let me tell you, this method is a game changer because it makes this part so thin that it keeps your bald cap on like for a good amount of time, and then keeps your wig on too. All right, so now I'm going to put down a little bit more of the skin guard, just a little bit, and then spray and then blow dry again. Once again, you want to make sure that it's completely dry. And then I'm going to go in with my Bold Hold Liquid Gold. Once again, this can be used on your lace as well if you want a temporary hold. But I'm looking to make this wig last a week. So I'm going to be using glue. Now, the wig that I have been wearing is not a frontal. It only goes from like here to this ear. So I need to make sure that my wig cap is covering my edges on this side. That's why you see me keep pulling it down. I'm like shifting it a little bit because I need to make sure that the wig cap is covering my edges. And it's okay to put this on your hair because it's just like a gel except like in liquid form. And it's a little bit stronger than gel too, but it's 100% okay for your hair. You can use this on baby hairs as well. I have my mirror right here. I'm really blind, so I need to bring it a little closer. And I'm just going to put this all along my hairline and in front of my hairline, but just a little. Because after this dries, we're going to cut it, and we need to cut it close to the hairline, but not to where the wig cap is not on top of the hair. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. So I don't know if you can see that, but I'm like putting this on the hair and then right in front of my hairline too. And so with my hairline, the reason why I like to make my own wigs is because my hairline on the sides comes out a little bit farther than it does in the front, kind of like a balding man. I don't I don't know how else to, what other synonym or how else to equate it to, but pretty much like a balding man. Like my edges in the front, or on the side I mean, are come out farther than the edges right on top. And the reason I do the bald cap method is to protect my hair from glue. So even if you do get glue on the bald cap where your hair is, this is going to be the barrier to protect your natural hair from the glue. And as you can see, I'm putting a lot on because I want this wig cap to be very adhered. And I'm doing this in real time, so you want to get it all along your hairline. And like I said, the wig only comes up to right here, so that's where I'm going to stop, I think, right here. And usually I'd be wearing my wigs, you know, the heavy side over here because this side comes out a lot farther than this side, but I decided to switch it up for this wig. So while I'm doing this, I can tell you how I did the wig, how I got the color. It's actually a blonde frontal where I just cut off like maybe 3 inches. And then I dyed half of it black. Well, it's not black, it's a dark brown, but I dyed half of it and then toned the other side with purple shampoo. I didn't use any kind of toner, just purple shampoo. Just when you're doing that, make sure that when you use the brown dye, that it's completely rinsed out before you go in with your white hair. Like, you got to make sure you separate it because the brown dye will bleed on the white side and then it won't be as white, and then you're going to have to go in and bleach it because I used permanent dye. I mean, of course you can use semi-permanent, but I just used a box permanent black brown dye. I think it was from Garnier. So yeah, you definitely have to make sure that the residue is all rinsed out so it does not bleed onto the white side. It's getting warmer here in Michigan, so I'm not going to be wearing wigs for very much longer. But I will, I ordered a ponytail, so I will be posting that and see how I like it. My issue with a lot of like hair pieces, like ponytails and stuff, is that my hair is not a 1B. It's like a 2B, or if there was such thing, like a 3. It's between a 2 and a 4. So that's why I usually don't be wearing ponytails, because the color's off. But I can always put a rinse in my natural hair or something. Something temporary just to make it easier to not be so clockable. And like I said, I'm using a lot of this Got to Be Glued, making sure it's in front of my hairline, because I'm going to be cutting this wig cap as close to my hairline as possible without cutting over my hair. So I just want you to see where I'm stopping this Got to Be Glued, or not Got to Be Glued, I'm sorry. Oh my god, this Bold Hold Liquid Gold. And I'm really making sure it's covering my sideburns right here, because this is where it tends to lift the quickest. Now, since I'm doing this process on my phone, I am going to like stop this video and then start up another one. I'm gonna, you know, make sure that I post them all at the same time. But since I'm not editing these, you know what I'm trying to say. Since I'm not editing this, I want to make sure there's, you know, that I'm not wasting your time. So I'm gonna stop it here, blow dry, and then in my next video, which will, you know, be coming up like immediately after this one, then we're gonna cut this and start laying our wig. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, or see you soon.